Where is season 3 of P-Valley? There has been a lot of speculation that the show is indeed canceled, but for others, it seems as though that they are still clinging on to hope. This is Rain Said That, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All I can say is season 1 of P-Valley is so good, okay? Like, from A to Z, the storyline was on point, taking us to Chuckalisa, having us understand the problems of P-Valley. He's struggling to make things work. He have these girls working here. They got different goals and ambitions. Now we have to understand why Autumn Night is there. And you get to see, the choices and decision as to why the women are there. And I feel as though stripping is just a forbidden or a myth, or people always talk down on stripping. But people don't understand why some of these women are doing the things that you do. These women have children. These women trying to get further in their education, and they're trying to make ends meet. Also, I love that it covers the hypocrisy of the women that tries to criticize the strippers, but they're literally the women that are selling at home with men that they don't even like. So this is why they allow their men to go to the strip club, because they're not even sleeping with their husbands to begin with. But let's get into season 1 and our characters. We have Uncle Clifford, we have Autumn Night, we have Mercedes, we have Miss Mississippi, and we have Little Murder. Okay, so everything happens on murder night. Okay, every time Little Murder is there, crazy things happen. And the funniest thing I would definitely say about this show is that Mercedes finally in season 2 gets her last dance. She also finally gets her redemption, because it's just a lot going on in Chuckalisa. So let's talk about season 1, where Autumn Night is introduced. She's coming from a flood in Louisiana, and she has no money. She's escaping her abusive past, and she's trying to find a way to make ends meet, even though she ends up stealing her abusive partner's money because she thinks that he's dead, and then we find out that he is not dead at all. Now we have Mercedes, which is trying to get her dance club, her dance gym for the children, so that she can retire from stripping, because she saved all her money and she gave it to Miss Woodbine, which is her mom, and her mom was supposed to be storing her money in a church, only to find out that it was a horrible change of plans that ended up having Mercedes not having her last dance. She ended up in jail. Okay, because she ended up fighting her mom, because her mom stole her $20,000 for the gym, and on top of her stealing that money, she went ahead and brought the same gym that she was going to do for her little kids, and she turned it into a church. Crazy work. So that was definitely a hard pill to swallow, and she didn't get her night. But at that time of need, no one was there to take the shine at Mercedes' last dance. So Miss Mississippi decided to step up, and she got her name up off the ground. Now let's get into Uncle Clifford, which is the owner of P-Valley, which is behind all those bills, and she's trying to figure out how he's going to pay this debt. But on top of that, he's induced to Little Murder, and Little Murder's trying to get Mercedes to dance to his single, which is trash. Even Mercedes told him that it was trash. So Uncle Clifford let Little Murder know to go ahead and ask DJ Never Scared, which ended up on Mercedes' last dance playing his hot new single Choosing Money Over Love, which got him a lot of internet buzz, and him beginning to link up with Miss Mississippi, which is having an abusive relationship at home. She's actually having to bring her baby to work, which is a lot. Now she does have a light romance with the doorman Diamond, which I'm rooting for them, and the audience was rooting for them. But during murder night, Krishan made a hard decision to have to choose between her abusive baby daddy and Diamond, and she chose the abusive baby daddy. Now this brings up Autumn Night, which is new there. She's linking up with Andre, which she really wasn't really trying to get to know him. She was being used as a spy for Uncle Clifford to see what was the plans going on, because there was rumors about selling the strip club for a casino. So long story short, Autumn Night past comes back to haunt her on murder night, which her abusive ex-boyfriend, who she was stealing money from, came back from the dead and requested her to give him back his money or else. Now coming at the end of the season 1, when Pink was in auction, she ended up using that money that she stole from Montavious in order to buy the club back. And that's when we're going to be getting into season 2, which kind of did not make no sense, but they did have some really good introductory characters. They actually brought back the first guy, or Murder's first boyfriend, that was in jail, that just got out of jail. They got some new strippers in, and they brought the storyline from COVID to the screen. Season 2, we actually get to see the growth of Little Murder and Uncle Clifford's relationship. Even though Little Murder's in the limelight, he's going to have to choose between his sexual preferences or to be accepted in the rap game. Then we see that Uncle Clifford is having issues with Autumn Night because she's part owner and she wants to sell the club for millions of dollars, and Uncle Clifford is trying to save the Pink for his legacy. So there's a lot of strip there. Mercedes finally got off of that pole, only to become a private dancer and basically a throuple in a poly relationship that she's getting paid $10,000, and she gets a condo because she's still trying to get that gym, because her mom, which is the pastor, and she's also going to be running for mayor, is thriving at the church that she stole from her daughter. I really don't understand why Miss Woodbine just didn't give her her money back. She never really apologized fully, even though she did in the jail cell. I just don't understand why she did not pay her daughter's money back when she became mayor. Okay, but that's neither here or there. Maybe they're leaving that for season 3. Miss Mississippi is definitely on a rise because now she has a lot of fan base online during COVID, and now it's time for her to go on tour with Blue Wop, even though her boyfriend / baby daddy, the one that's going oops inside her head, does not want her to go. She ends up convincing him that she should go on tour, which the whole thing's become problematic because not only is Blue Wop taking advantage of her baby daddy is still putting hands and feet on her, and she has to make a choice. See, the thing is that she ran into Diamond at the Dollar Tree wearing that same necklace that he gave her, then trying to apologize. My whole thing is this, like, you living the high right now, you being on tour, you came back, your baby daddy is now beating your kids, and now you want to have Diamond handle that, but Diamond can't even handle that because now he's tied up in the back of a truck because Autumn Night disappeared being pregnant with Andre's kids, and Diamond is now having to suffer the consequences of killing Autumn Night's ex-husband, and she just gets to disappear scot-free. Like, I don't understand why everybody solved all the Autumn Night's problems and now they're getting her karma. So I really hope that there is a season 3 because I have a lot of questions. If that's New Girl still pimping the girls out, is Clifford going to find out what she's doing, making extra money in his club? Is Autumn Night going to come back at 9 months when it's time to have that baby and be with Andre? There's just a lot of loose ends and stories that we need for closures, or are they going to leave us wondering?